What's up, Goated Ones? It's the Goated.vc here. Today we're going to do Gemini, which is Google's new AI model trying to compete with OpenAI, and we'll see if they have something. So let's check it out. This is their announcement blog post thing. Introducing Gemini. Gemini, our largest and most capable AI model. I'm not reading this. AI principles is the first link. Principles. Socially beneficial. This is important. I think if that's the first link they're going to share, I think that's an important one because I think a lot of people don't trust AI and for good reason. So naming this is important. Talking about it. What else? We introduced Gemini. So this is the product page. Welcome to the Gemini era. Okay, this is a useless piece of copy. The Gemini era, what does that mean? Does that communicate anything? Does the name Gemini say anything to people? Probably not. I don't even see the point of, like, this could be deleted. It doesn't prep people. It doesn't make them want to read more. So if this is the hero, I got to judge this like everything else, guys. I don't care if it's Google. I'd give this like a, so there's Gemini era capabilities hands-on. So there's obviously more on the page, but in the hero, there's nothing here that makes me want to actually check it out. Like literally nothing. Like this could be a car company. This could be I don't know, a new type of water. I have no idea what this is. So I got to give this a I mean there's scrolling there's like a background on the Gemini, so maybe that's kind of nice, but that doesn't say anything. I got to give this a 0.0, guys. I can't. I don't know. I got to give it. There's nothing here. This doesn't tell me anything. What is this? Man. And the I'm not even going to go off cuz I could go off cuz I'm going to go off. All these companies, they're saying if you're not ex Google or ex Meta, we don't want to even interview with you. And this is the copy that they're coming up, and they're probably using ChatGPT. You know what? I know that because I know somebody that consulted for Google, and they use ChatGPT for all their presentations. Oh man, if they only knew what was actually happening. Gemini is built from the ground up for multimodality, reasoning seamlessly across text, images, video, audio, and code. Cool. That's nice. Gemini era. Why do they keep saying this? This is not going to catch on. Gemini represents a significant leap forward in how AI can improve our daily lives. Read the blog post. Not going to. People don't read. So I started a book club and nobody signed up because people don't read like that. They don't even read.
One of the reasons we got interested in AI from the very beginning is that we always viewed our mission as a timeless mission. It's to organize
4 minutes. I give it 45 seconds. But another broken rule of putting a long demo video. But let's see if they can get me to the hook point in the first 45 seconds, then I will keep watching. If not, I will stop.
the world's information and make it universally accessible and useful. But as information has grown in scale and complexity, the problem has gotten harder. So we always knew we needed to have a deeper breakthrough to make progress.
Perfect.
I've worked on AI my whole life because I've always felt would be the most beneficial and consequential technology for humanity.
Don't care.
Human beings in our society would have 5 senses, and the world we built and the media we consume is in those different modalities. So
cool. Establishing that modalities exist. Spent 45 seconds doing that. Come on, guys. You're Google, like, come on. This is so well produced. Like, somebody is like a very good video producer doing this. Like, the lighting is great, the overlays, everything about this is beautiful visually. But people people are busy. They're not gonna watch this whole thing. I told some people in a group today about Gemini, or yesterday, and they said to me, can you just summarize it, because I'm not watching this whole video. I know it's Google and people think that like everybody's going to try it, and a lot of people are going to try it, and the early adopters are going to get on there. But at some point you do have to, like, the principles of like user adoption and putting together these things to convince people to try the product, like you're still going to have to convince somebody that has never heard of any of this stuff. If it's going to be successful, you still need to get those people. And these companies are the best in the world at it, so that's fine. But it always surprises me, like, these videos don't do it for me.
I'm super proud and excited to announce the launch of the Gemini era, a first step towards a truly universal AI model.
The Gemini approach to multimodality is all the kinds of things you want an artificial intelligence system to be able to do. And
A minute and I have heard nothing. Like, it's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be awesome. We did all this. Get to the point. I'm not watching this. This is how people actually look at your website, people. And it doesn't matter if it's Google, whoever, like, people are not watching. Like, I would love to see their stats. Maybe they can prove that I'm wrong, and I'll gladly admit I'm wrong, but I don't think people are watching through this whole thing. They're not. I don't believe it. But if somebody can get me the stats, I would love to see it. Because maybe I'm wrong, but I'm not watching this. Where's the point? Okay, the comparison to GPT-4. Okay, benchmarks higher, slightly higher, worse. Everyday tasks. That's kind of the most important thing for me. Oh, they put reported. It's a little snark, is like, they be lying. Okay, so it beats them out slightly in a bunch of things. So cool. All that establishes for me, like, I'm not looking up what this means. Like, people aren't going to do that. It's slightly better. Cool. Not reading the technical report, although some technical people will read it. So it's good that they have that offshoot capability. It gives you enough that people who know of ChatGPT-4 will compare a little bit. But for the technical folks, they can go in depth. That's good. Gemini comes in 3 sizes: Ultra, Pro, Nano. Most capable. Okay. Anything to anything. It's natively multimodal, which gives you the potential to transfer any type of input into any type of output. I like that. Okay. Generate text and images combined. That's cool. This is interesting. And I know somebody that worked on Google Glass, and the product marketing is like a struggle, it seems. Because you have a product that is so capable, but giving people the affordances of like what they can actually do with it is the hard part. And that's why I'm beating this drum that user experience and human computer interaction is the most important skill you can have right now, because this technology can do a billion different things. Like, it can do things people never thought of before. But how do you productize it into something that people understand? Like, if you want to create music with it based on an image, like, people aren't going to naturally do those things that are creative and interesting. You got to give them some ideas. This thing I think is kind of weird. Can you click this? You can't click it. Okay. Can you? It's a little weird. I don't really love that. I see the time signature is 6/8, which means there are 6/8 notes in each measure. Cool. That's not something that matters to me personally. I don't know what that is. A murmuration. I don't know that word. Of starlings. This is moving too fast. There's 3 examples. I don't think these are the most like universal examples they could have chosen. Hands-on with Gemini. Watch highlights. So I watched this video. This video is pretty damn good. I don't know why this video should be here. What do you mean? Welcome to Gemini. That doesn't, guys. You produced a beautiful video. It just kind of shows that, like, an entrepreneur, we have to struggle to like make stuff like we can't do the production value of this stuff. it's harder for us to do it. But the underlying components, like, I guess everybody can do it.
I have some ideas. Let's start.
The problem
All
with this
right.
demo is that it's kind of unclear. What the hell? Did this just do that again? I paused it and then it just restarts
Testing
it.
Gemini. Here we go.
Okay.
Tell me what you see.
I see you placing a piece of paper on the table. I see a squiggly line.
What about now?
The contour lines are smooth and flowing, with
Now, I want to know if there's prompting happening in between or it's just like naturally going back and forth, because that's a very different user experience. And I'm not quite sure that, I don't believe that is, it's not like an ongoing, just like, hey, Gemini, tell me what you see as it's happening. Is that, because that's literally a different user experience. That's, I don't.
no sharp angles or jagged edges. It looks like a bird to me.
What if I add this?
The bird is swimming in the water. It has a long neck and beak. It is a duck.
Yes.
A duck is
That's cool. This is just like not something like, would I ever do that? Is that something that like in my life I like regularly draw things and I'm not sure what they are? So if I was doing product marketing for this, I would come up with examples based on what I think my users would want to do and give them that affordance of like, oh, you're like putting together your shopping list and you want to take a picture of all the stuff in the supermarket and figure out which one has the least calories. Oh yeah, we could do that. Here's how that happened. That's like something that I actually wanted to do, right? I don't think anybody is like, can you compare these things? Like, it's cool that the technology can do it. And I think this is my problem with a lot of these companies, is like they think the technology is like the most important part. The most important part is how the technology aids in somebody's life. And they're not showing that part of it. I don't understand. Visual puzzles, game creation, like, these aren't things people want to do.
both objects are round and flat.
That's like, I mean, I guess if it depends on the audience, I guess if this, because this seems like a consumer page. This is not a developer page. Maybe a developer wants to see like, oh, you can analyze these things. And maybe if the audience is for developers, then I can understand that. But like ChatGPT is not just developers. It's like everybody. Everybody is using it to do the work they do on a daily basis and coast, work 10 hours a week and get paid for 40. That's kind of what ChatGPT enables. The potential of Gemini, learn about what Gemini can do from some people who built it. Cool. A lot of different faces. Explaining reasoning and math and physics, user intent. That's interesting to me. That's what I care
Here you
about
will see a
users.
demo of Gemini's multimodal reasoning capabilities to understand and reason about users' intent, use tools, and generate bespoke user experiences that go beyond chat interfaces. Let's say I'm looking for inspirations for a birthday party theme for my daughter. Gemini says, I can help you with that. Could you tell me what she's interested in? So I say, sure. She loves
See
animals.
that? Do you see that? Am I the only one that saw that? So this is why this chat interface is not good, because they're asking you a question, but then the bar is actually asking you a different question. What should we explore today? Like, it seems very stupid and simple. It's like, of course you could just react to the actual question, but it's like this thing isn't designed for people to be in this conversation. Like, when you're in WhatsApp, you don't get a prompt in your input bar that says what you should be typing, right? And this is not even context. This is just like a default thing that's there. It's just like, why would you, I don't know. That doesn't make any sense. It's a very minor thing. Nobody's gonna care about it but me. But this is not prompting the user to think the way you want them to think. You want them to answer this question. So the design of the experience should show you that this is what you need to react to, not what should we explore today. But that's me just being anal.
So I say, sure, she loves animals, and we're thinking about doing something outdoors. At this point, instead of responding in text, Gemini goes and creates a bespoke interface to help me explore ideas. It's got lots of ideas, it's visually rich, it's interactable. Now, none of this was coded up. It was all generated by Gemini. Gemini uses a series of reasoning steps, going from broad decisions to increasingly high resolution of reasoning, finally getting to code and data. First, Gemini considers,
Wow. Okay. This is very important for people to understand what the hell is going on. I know people think they just want to get the output, but when you give people a little bit of the like, oh, this is why, this is the process that this AI system is going through, that gives you a little bit, it makes it easier for you to understand what to say, because it's, I don't think that we're ever going to get to a point where it's like exactly what I'm thinking gets like translated perfectly. Like that's the problem with communication in general in life. It's very hard to communicate exactly how you feel and your ethos and what you're trying to do to other people, because other people think about you differently. They come with their own biases. They come with all kinds of things that make communication hard. And I do think having a little bit of this, it's kind of like the Peter Thiel PayPal plus PayPal and what's the other company? Palantir method. Their method is like they automate a lot of things, and then they try to like categorize things so that the last, so 80% is automated, and the last 20% they find a way for humans to be involved in the input and understanding of either fraud or for data or something like that. And something like this, if they can give people a little bit of the behind the scenes and then have users kind of tweak it a little bit, I think it could work really well.
does it even need an UI? Is a text prompt best? Okay, this is a complex request that needs lots of information to be presented in an organized way. Gemini then tries to understand if it knows enough to help. There is a lot of ambiguity. I didn't say what my daughter's interests are or what kind of a party I wanted, so it had asked a clarifying question. When I said, we're thinking about an outdoor party and my daughter loves animals, Gemini reasoned it had enough information to proceed. But it made a note that there was still ambiguity about what kind of animals, and this is important, and what kind of outdoor party. Next is a critical step. Gemini writes the product requirement document, or PRD. It contains the plan for the kinds of functionality the experience will have.
This is
For
dope. I would watch this whole damn thing. But for the interest of time, I'm not going to just force you guys to watch it. But that is a great video. Hey, a black guy. Oh, they took him off. Yeah, shout out. What's up?
I'm so excited about Gemini because it's probably the most capable
What up, James?
AI system we've ever developed.
But safety and responsibility has
Damn, they give my man 8 seconds. Damn. It's hard out here. Oh, we got 8 seconds. And he's like, get the hell out of here. Available December 13th. Okay. So coming soon. So I gotta wait a week. Gemini Pro is in Bard. Okay. I actually haven't really played with Bard, to be honest. So pre-onboarding. So in terms of this whole page, the whole page is pretty good. I think these are the important parts for someone like me. I think this is important for consumers, and both of those things are way too far on the page. Like, I don't think this is help. Like, this means nothing. Like, this is so useless because it's not specific enough for you to make any kind of decision. It's like there's fast. It's like saying like, oh, there's like 3 different types of whatever it is, but like we don't have any clue what this actually means in practice. Like, this means something to the people internally, because it's like, because they know what the output difference is and the price difference is, but this is not helpful on a product page right now. Like, you could cut this. I would cut that. This is important, but I wouldn't. I don't know. You don't need 2 sets of this. It's like all you really need to know is like Gemini is about on par, and then have people click through. Like this is not, at least for me, there's some technical folks that will want to click through and see some of that stuff, but like it's enough to know that it's in the same range. And what is this? Human expert. First model to outperform human experts. One of the most popular methods. That's big. That's big. I don't know how. I think I missed that when I first scrolled. This video is way too generic, way too high level, way too much background. People don't care about this background. I don't think people care. I could get to the point a lot faster. It's not like this is not like a Apple speech where people are sitting there for 45 minutes, so you have time to like prep people. This is the internet. Nobody cares. Everybody has something else to think about. But overall, the page is okay. I think it has everything it needs on the page, just like in the exact reverse order. There's no sign up. It's obviously beautifully designed. The fonts and everything are nice. This like setup with the video. It's kind of diverse-ish set of people. I mean, I don't want to give it an 8. It's like not quite an 8 to me. It's like almost an 8. Just because stuff like this part, it's like okay, but it's like, why would you give these examples? Like it's interesting that it can do it, but it's like useless. Nobody's trying to do this. So for that reason, I'm giving it a 7.8. I just think there's more. They just need to rejigger this stuff. Like they got all the pieces. They know what the hell they're doing. And I'm excited about the tech. The tech seems like it's going to be really solid. So it's good that there's competition. Seems like Microsoft has hitched themselves to OpenAI. So you need a Google, and I guess Amazon will be in the arena too. But yeah, it's good to have some different options, and then even independent ones like Claude and others. So yeah, that was pretty interesting. I'm excited to see what comes of this, but as always, brush your teeth, walk in the corner, then bow out.
Bye.